Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I'm taking a look at Full Boar into Hard Earth. I believe the game is now just called Full Boar, but this is officially Part 2, although this version has Parts 1 and 2. Part 1 has been out for a while, and Part 2, along with Part 1 in the same package, just came to Steam as of today. As of when this video goes live, it should be live on Steam for PC and Linux for $15. I will, of course, link in the description to where you can purchase that. And it is a game by Whole Hog Games and published by IndieGeek Games. So, I am going to jump into a new game here. I've got some saves that are kind of at various places due to the way the press build was set up, but I'm going to just start in on a new save. I've played about 2 hours worth, so I can be either Frederick or Hildy. I'll just be Hildy, why not? Don't think it changes anything. And we are a boar, as you can see. So, we're going to come over here, start running, and, well, we've got no way out. Oh, look at that. That is just lovely. So then we will fall to the bottom here. And this is how we're actually going to start our game. And it's an interesting game. I've got a lot of good things to say about it. I don't really think that I have any negative thoughts about the game, which is really good, of course. But I think it's going to be a game that people either really, really enjoy or probably just don't like at all. And that's going to be different from person to person, of course. So, we've got this kind of machinery bringing us back to life after our crazy long fall there. And basically those spots act as kind of like checkpoints. I don't think there's actually anything that we can do over there. But basically we get to dig, and then we can go down. And here's our exit. I can't pull up my map quite yet, but I will be able to soon enough. And the map is going to be, of course, where I make a lot of the points that I will make. I guess I'll go through this. So this is like what would happen if this was your first time playing, and I should have remembered. And then you can actually rewind, so you're never totally stuck in a decision. Stomping will take care of various blocks around you. And we can also dig through stone. There are certain types of blocks that we can dig through, certain types that we can't, of course. But you will pretty much learn those quickly enough if you are playing the game. Alright, and then our kind of goal here overall is to get these diamonds. And I'm not totally sure how many there are throughout the game, but there are quite a few. I think in my save I've found about 25 of them, so I definitely have more to go still. But I found a good amount on my own so far. Excuse me. Alright, so we'll just keep going because there's actually not a whole lot more for us to do down here. This is kind of how our story is told. I'm not going to dig too much into like extra story stuff. I'm going to compare this game a lot to Fez throughout the video, and that is another thing that is very Fez-like, is the way that the background story is, because there's kind of a main story that we're experiencing. And then, as you can see, there is like another boar up there with like a white mask on, and then there's this weird symbol. This is where a lot of the Fez-like stuff starts coming in. And, so like I said, with the press package, I had various save games all over the place. So I kind of know where this is going a bit by the end, but I haven't gotten there quite yet myself, and I haven't seen the ending quite yet. So we've got, Gulin Bursty, who says, "What was all that racket? Wait a moment, how did you get in here?" That's the door to the vault. Thief, brigand, empty your pockets. Oh, how unsophisticated. You haven't got any. You're only carrying a single gem. Clever, you must have hidden the rest. In that case, you are to work in my mines until you replace every single gem of my considerable fortune. Nothing like hard work to inspire honesty. That and the interest I'm charging you. Enough chatter. Our forebear, our forebear even, Dean will set you straight. He's the grizzled fellow outside. There's lots of great boar puns throughout the entire game. We can go over here first. I don't think we can do that just yet, though, at least not to my knowledge. The nice thing is, so all of the tools that we need for like most of the game we have right now. There's only a couple things that we will need later, and those are mostly things to like get us to new areas. So here's Dean. Rolling boulders. I heard the shouting from all the way out here. Mr. Bursty caught you red-hooved, didn't he? Still plenty of gems for you to find in the mines, and that vault needs refilling one way or the other. Day shift's already started. You'd best get down below. And he's just going to push us down, so for the second time today we will be falling down a shaft. So what I'm going to do is this, and that'll get us a gem. And I guess like this is kind of leading into maybe my only real complaint about the game, and that is the fact that even though I got that gem, if I were to leave this room and come back, the gem is still there. I just can't get it again. Like I can pick it up, but as soon as I pick it up it crumbles. Yeah, this isn't interesting. Let's see if I can do this right. Yeah, I'm not really sure. These are things that I've started like fiddling around with, and again, this is where I'm getting sort of the Fez vibe from the whole thing. So if I were to do the right pattern here, which I don't exactly remember what the right pattern is, but there is a right pattern, and if you do the right pattern you get like a little trinket thing that will be useful later. But you know, that's kind of where things go with this. So like I said, it's got that Fez-like quality where there's a surface story that is pretty like kind of normal, you could say. I mean, yeah, we're like a boar, so that part's not necessarily normal, but you know, the surface story of the game is pretty understandable. And then there's the whole like sub game, which is very different, and it's kind of a situation where you are going to make of it what you will. And if if you put the time in to figure out all of the extra stuff that's in the game, you will, I mean, in a way you'll kind of be rewarded for that. And if you don't put that time in, I don't know that you necessarily lose out on anything. You just don't get the extra story, if that makes sense. So, you know, again, like I said, very just Fez-like in the way that works. And I will bring up the camera here in just a minute. Yeah, I don't quite have it yet. But I will make sure that I get it before the video is over, because I do want to show that off, because the camera as well has a very Fez-like system to it. Alright, so each of those, like I said, acts as a checkpoint. I can do this, and I'm not totally sure I remember why. Oh, I think we might need it to get something. Oh, right. Yeah, we need it to get over there, of course, so we can go get that gem. So, I mean, you can see kind of how this part of the game plays out. We are going to be going around these rooms and basically trying to solve puzzles to get the gems. And again, in another kind of Fez-like comparison, okay, so we've got Ham here. Oh, a new worker, and it looks like the Dean didn't give you a mapper. I guess I'm not surprised. We have been short on supplies lately. Hold up, I think I've got... Yes, here you go. It's a bit different from mine, but it will do in a pinch. So there we got our auto mapper. Why don't you have a look now? So if we press B, we get our map. And we can, of course, zoom in. And you can see that on the corner of each one it tells us what we've missed. So, for example, on the surface there are doors we haven't been in. In the shack there's a diamond. But if it's gold, it means we've finished. We've done everything we need to in that area. So, again, obvious kind of Fez comparison to make there. So, from here, of course, we kind of just get to explore on our own. We can pretty much choose what way we want to go, what progression we want to take through the rest of the game, with, of course, the final goal of getting everything. So, as far as, like, a right way and a wrong way, I don't know that there is a right way or a wrong way. Yeah, luckily you don't, like, get crushed. So I'm going to go up and get that diamond. Or gem, I guess, if you will. And I'm guessing that probably up further left in that direction is going to be probably a secret door. There are lots of secret doors in the game. So a lot of times you will be like looking on your map and you'll see that there's still doors left after you think you've seen everything, and you'll finally kind of get that moment, just like in Fez, where you'll realize, oh, I didn't get everything. There's much more, actually. So, as far as that goes, personally, this is definitely right up my alley in terms of how that gameplay works out. But I know that it's not necessarily for everyone. So I think you will just kind of have to take kind of some discretion, just kind of know your preferences for a game like this and know if you like that sort of system or not, because if you are not into kind of the, hey, here's the world, here's the tools you need, go find things, then this is not necessarily going to be for you. If you are into things like that, if you were into Fez, if you were into this kind of go just explore things and figure things out kind of gameplay, then this is an easy recommendation. Like I said, I've been comparing it to Fez over and over, and I feel like not only is that an apt comparison, but I feel like in a lot of ways this kind of lives up to Fez a little bit. I wouldn't say that it's on the same level, but that's hard to say until I've actually finished it myself, which, of course, like I said, I haven't quite finished it yet. Hello? Is some boar back there? We just had a cave-in. This seems hopeless, but don't panic. I'm sure help is on the way. Probably. Maybe. But luckily I can just get through that alright on my own. You made it out safe. How did you manage that? I was scared out of my skull. How rude of me not to introduce myself. I'm Macaran. I manage this elevator. However, the elevator isn't exactly working at the moment. Don't tell Dean, though. He'll have my hide. We don't have any kind of, jump, so we can't jump those gaps or anything. So, this is how that situation works. We will fall all the way down. You're still green, so I guess you've got no reason to know it, but this is as deep as we go. Once was a time the company dug deeper, but they stopped long before I joined their ranks. The elevator's in a lot of disrepair right now. Sorry to say you'll have to hoof it back up if you're thinking of heading back. But first, I can go... Oh, maybe I can't quite go down there yet. Oh yeah, I think that might be one way only, now that I think about it. Yeah, I think it is. So, we will just make our way back. Again, we're seeing situations here where we would have to come in this room from another side or from another room entirely to be able to work that out. So let's see. So there is... Oh yeah, there's the gem. So I can go get that. Again, definitely another room that just gives me a real Fez vibe to it. But, you know, overall, I think this is about where we're going to end this video. If you couldn't tell, my impressions are very good. I'm definitely a fan of the game. It's a game that I'm going to be putting a lot of time into, because, like Fez, I've already been drawn in. I'm ready to kind of learn all of the secrets of the game and figure out what is going on with everything. So, I think that this is where I'm going to leave it off, though. But like I said, follow the link in the description if you would like to purchase this for yourself. Yeah, speaking of Fez-like things going on, this would be one of those sections for sure. And I don't think I've actually seen this room now that I think about it. But yes, like I said, I will leave a link in the description so that you can purchase the game for yourself. Oh, undiscovered lore, huh? Interesting. Not really sure how I'd find that lore. It'd be cool if I could find it real quick, but I'm not counting on it. So, yeah, I think this is where I will just throw the outro. So, as always, feel free to comment if there's anything that you would like to comment on. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos every single day, and if you liked my look at Full Boar, then please do consider clicking the like button, because that helps me out a lot, and I definitely appreciate everything you do to help. So with all of that being said, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.